high point the ball, run good seam routes, good routes, really.
And do you feel like you accomplished that over the past couple of weeks?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In terms of like questions that teams may have or things they want to learn more about you, what's been kind of the main questions either about your game or about your background or that sort of thing?
Yeah, they just, I guess the biggest thing going into this whole process, they wanted to know if I was, a willing blocker or if I had the mentality to block in the trenches, and I think that I was able to prove that over the NFLPA game and, watching some tape from my last season. I'm an aggressive blocker and I enjoy the trenches, so that's kind of what I wanted to prove.
Now, especially the last couple of years, you've made a huge jump in the passing game. Just where do you feel like you were able to make up the most ground and see that translate on the field?
Would you say that one more time?
You just made such a big
why
jump.
Why did it come from?
Yeah, like what things behind the scenes were you doing to make sure that you were kind of taking those steps you wanted to take?
Oh, yeah, I see. Definitely just putting in the extra time, watching extra film, I guess. Just breaking down the defense, kind of getting a feeling for where they were going to be at so I could anticipate where I need to be open. Connection with our quarterback, trust from the offensive coordinator, it all came together. So, yeah.
And when you look back at your time in Tempe, what are you most proud of?
I was able to just stick with it and just work through all the things that came up, good and bad, and it all worked out for the better.
What do the next couple of weeks look like for you? Any visits that you have lined up with NFL teams right now?
Yeah, I have a few. I have 2 of them lined up. I think it's not until April, but I'm just training until April. Really.
Mm-hmm. And what are you working on in particular in your game right now?
I would say like blocking stuff, the run game blocking stuff, but also just the routes. I'm trying to get better at everything. Really, I feel like I haven't used to feeling on anything, so I can get better in every aspect of the game.
Awesome.
So when you look at the NFL Combine, Curtis, was one of those things where, like, as much as you tried to prepare for it, once you came over there, it was like a total different experience?
Yeah, it was. After the first 40 and stuff like that, you kind of just, kind of get used to it and comfortable. But the first few drills, kind of just blank out a little bit, and you're like, man, it's finally here. So I would say after the 40 and stuff like that, it's kind of easier. You just settle down.
And they talk about the Combine as physical as people think it is. It's really mental. I mean, the amount of questions, the quality of questions that you get over there the last, over a few days. Just talk about that aspect of it. Like, is there a mental preparation that really needs to be taking place?
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's going to the Combine next year, just prepare yourself, just to lock in and be prepared for long days and a lot of interviews, a lot of medical stuff. It's a long process, but it's worth it. It's worth every minute of it. It's a dream come true to get the opportunity just to participate and be there. So it was a great experience.
And how much of that experience prepare right now for pro days? Is it almost like like nothing just because you went through the Combine doing pro day today?
Oh no, it was kind of the same thing. It was the same program. I went back to Texas. I trained there for a week and a half, and then I got back out here on Friday. So preparation was similar. I wasn't training for all the drills I did at the Combine, so I was able to focus on my routes and stuff like that there. But yeah.
You talked earlier about your run blocking. Is that maybe the aspect of your game you're most proud of the last couple of years, as far as in terms of your personal development?
Yeah, I think that's just a knock I always get from being a receiver. So I always had a mentality I want to prove to the guy lined up across from me, the guy in the stands, the scouts, the media. I'm a dog in the trenches. I want to block people, and so yeah.
Is it kind of maybe that stigma of a 6'6" tight end? He wants to go out there and run fade routes, not really block on the 3rd and 1?
Exactly. Yeah, you feel me? So I always felt like I had to prove myself in the run game.